The one person or set of people that are not having a good time would be Jayson Tatum and the fans of the Boston Celtics, because Jayson Tatum was benched in this opening game. Now, Brian Windhorst reported this from ESPN that Team USA got a tremendous production up and down its lineup in its Olympic opening game with a 110-84 victory Sunday over Serbia, but it was unavoidable that some of the focus was on Coach Steve Kerr choosing to sit first-team All-NBA player and champion Jayson Tatum. Kerr dealt with the awkward reality head-on meeting with Tatum before the game to explain the decision, and then in multiple meetings with the media. That included Monday when Kerr made it clear that Tatum would be in the lineup Wednesday when the Americans face South Sudan. Kerr explained that when he and the coaching staff studied the matchups against Serbia and reviewed how lineup combinations perform in exhibition games, Tatum became a bit of an odd man out. With Nikola Jokic and other strong big men on Serbia's roster, Kerr went with three centers, Joel Embiid, Anthony Davis, and Bam Adebayo, in his rotation. Serbia also has strong guards, leading Kerr to rely on Derek White as a leading bench player. White had 2 steals and a block, and Team USA was plus 15 when he was on the floor. FIBA rule games that are played in the Olympics are only 40 minutes long and favor using big men, as there is no defensive 3-second rule like in the NBA. And goaltending is relaxed once the ball hits the rim. Against South Sudan, a team that is loaded with athleticism and spreads the floor with three-point shooters, Tatum and his ability to switch on wings makes much more sense. Look, I understand that he is a defending champion. I understand that, he has multiple first team All-NBA player. Like, I get it. I totally get it. Hear me out for just a second. For those that forget who all is on this team, let me just go down the list of players on Team USA here. We have Bam Adebayo, Devin Booker, Steph Curry, Anthony Davis, Kevin Durant, Anthony Edwards, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Halliburton, Drew Holiday, LeBron James, Jayson Tatum, and Derek White. Now, all of these players are fantastic. You would make the argument that even though they are still fantastic players, that maybe Derek White and Drew Holiday are potentially the weakest players, and they're not. Like that, I don't even want to disrespect them like that. They are both champions. They both just won. They beat my Mavs in embarrassing fashion in 5 games. And Drew Holiday was the key element for both Boston and for Milwaukee. So there really is no weak links on this team whatsoever. All that being said, if the aim is for us to get gold, and I truly believe Steve Kerr when he's saying, look, we got 40 minutes, you can only really kind of play so much. We're going to put him out there for 2 minutes, especially when you have a Kevin Durant who didn't play in any of the 5 exhibition games because he had a calf injury, and then he came back and he caught fire. You kind of just let him stay until all of a sudden he's not on fire anymore, and that never really happened. He just cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked and cooked. And knowing that this is a bigger team, so for that matchup, and then you could put, I get it, that you could have had Tatum could have really played against everybody. He really is a great two-way player like that. He could guard anybody, but you're still dealing with Joker, arguably the best player in the world. Now, mind you, that's going up now against essentially an all-star team while you do that, but like Joker's ability to facilitate and shoot threes like that as that big-ass dude, you just don't want to run any risk. You want to make sure that all the big dudes are locked up at all times. It makes sense, and I can't stress enough. I know Stephen A. knows sports way better than I do, but his rant about how much bullshit it was and all that, you act like he sat him the whole fucking Olympics. He sat 1 game. It's fine. At some point, that's probably going to happen one way or the other, depending on what's going on. I don't think it's that big of a deal. I genuinely don't. And to be honest with you, this is the exact reason why, I was actually cool with Caitlin Clark not being on the women's team, because the minute there was a situation where Caitlin got only a minute or 3 minutes, whatever it is, because of the whole experience and shit like that, people would have been fucking rioting. If people are getting this bent out of shape about Jayson Tatum not playing 1 game, can you imagine what would have happened if Caitlin had come to the Olympics too, man? It's one of those things that, I think if there was a situation where, USA had potentially, lost this or almost lost this and you didn't play Jayson Tatum, you have all the right in the world to be like, why wouldn't you play this dude? But if you're winning by this much, you're able to keep a lock on it, why not keep your foot on throat, especially knowing since there is group stages going into this before you get to the full playoff system like this were the World Cup. The point differential matters. You want to blow people out. And again, if Kevin Durant has caught fire, I think he hit like his first 8 shots and 5 of them being threes, just let the man cook. Damn. But I'm curious what you think, man. Do you agree? I've talked about a lot of different stuff. I talked about the medals. Who do you think will ultimately walk away with the most medals? Who do you think will walk away with the most gold? What do you think about Steph out here cooking like Chef Curry does? And do you think that Jayson Tatum not playing is a big deal or not? I want to know all of that.